You're listening to Talk Synergy, where we explore the synergy across various disciplines in the IT landscape. Hello and welcome to today's episode on Business Analysis Key Concepts. I'm Mully and I'm really excited to bring you another episode. If you haven't had a chance to listen to the previous episode, I'd recommend giving it a thought. It'll help you follow along in this episode. In today's episode, we will focus on BACCM, Business Analysis Core Concept Model, in detail as part of Business Analysis Key Concepts. So let's get started. In the last episode, we talked about Business Analysis Key Concepts, one of the 5 sections in the BABCCM Guide. We discussed how you can approach the BABCCM Guide at different levels of depth. I used a tennis analogy to compare this to being a spectator, a player, and finally, a consistent winner. Just learning the key concepts helps you understand business analysis, but when you dig into the knowledge areas, it allows you to start performing business analysis, even at a beginner level. And if you really master the full BABCCM Guide, including all the specialized techniques, that's when you're equipped to perform like a professional. We would approach this in 3 sections: the what, the how, and the why. Let's orient ourselves first. We've learned in the previous episode that Business Analysis Key Concepts has 5 central elements: the Business Analysis Core Concept Model, which we will be discussing today, key terms, the Requirement Classification Schema, stakeholders, requirements, and design. Now, we'll focus on BACCM, Business Analysis Core Concept Model. It is a conceptual framework for business analysis profession. And remember, it's not an actual framework. It's more of a conceptual guide. So let's dive into BACCM and explore. There are 6 core concepts under BACCM: change, need, solution, stakeholder, value, and context. Let's take a look at change. Change represents the movement towards a desired future state, whether through requirements or solution delivery. Need, a problem or opportunity to be addressed. You would get it from stakeholders, or you might inform the stakeholders of a potential improvement or retirement of a feature. Solution, this is the response to a need. It can range from simple changes to complex multi-layered solutions. Multiple solutions may be considered for a single need and vice versa. Stakeholder, anyone or any group that affect or affected by a solution, change, or need is called a stakeholder in the business analysis context. You can think of everyone in the RACI matrix, which we will discuss when we get to project management discipline in this series. Value. Value refers to the benefit that stakeholders receive from a solution. Value can be financial or non-financial, and different stakeholders may perceive the same solution as having different levels of value based on their priorities and needs. And the 6th core concept is context. Context is the environment in which the change takes place. This includes the circumstances, influences, and conditions that affect the change, such as organizational culture, market conditions, or regulatory requirements. We will learn more about these core concepts when we discuss about the how section and also the why section. Let's get to the how part of it. Now that we understand the core concepts of business analysis, let's explore how these concepts come into play in day-to-day business analysis tasks. Each concept provides a different lens through which we approach and solve problems. Let's take change first. How it's applied. As a business analyst, you're often at the center of change. When a business decides to implement a new system or improve an existing process, you're responsible for defining the requirements for that change. For example, if a company wants to transition from manual data entry to an automated system, your role would involve understanding the current process and documenting the changes needed to implement the automation. Here's an example. You might create a change management plan, document transition requirements, or work with stakeholders to ensure that the change aligns with organizational goals. Let's move on to the second core concept, need, how it's applied. A business analyst's primary role is identifying and addressing business needs. Whether it's solving a problem, enhancing a process, or seizing an opportunity, you engage stakeholders to ensure the real need is captured. For instance, during a project to improve customer service, you would work with customer service team to understand the pain points, identify inefficiencies, and propose solutions. Here's an example. You could conduct stakeholder interviews, facilitate workshops, or perform root cause analysis to uncover the true needs driving a project. Root cause analysis is something that we would look at when we get to the techniques part. Let's move on to the third core concept in the BACCM model, solution, how it's applied. Once the need is understood, the next step is defining the solution. This involves working with technical teams, stakeholders, and decision makers to develop, evaluate, and recommend solutions that best meet the identified needs. Solutions might range from process improvements to implementing a new software tool. Let's take a look at an example. You might create solution prototypes, evaluate different solution options, or facilitate a decision-making process to choose the best solution. Remember, as a business analyst, you are not coming up with a solution. You would always find yourself collaborating with problem solvers, typically a development team. Let's move on to the fourth core concept, stakeholder, how it's applied. Business analysts interact with a wide range of stakeholders, from end users to executives. Understanding their perspectives, their concerns, and needs is key to ensuring the solution works for everyone involved. You often act as a bridge between technical teams and business users. Here's an example listing the action you might take as a business analyst. You might use stakeholder analysis techniques to identify key stakeholders, prioritize their input, and facilitate communication to ensure everyone is aligned on the project objectives. Fifth core concept, value, how value is applied. The ultimate goal of business analysts is to deliver value. This involves ensuring that solution solves the identified problem in a way that provides measurable benefits to the organization. Throughout the project, you will assess whether the solution is on track to deliver the expected value, and you might need to refine the solution to better meet the value objectives. Here's an example. You might conduct a cost-benefit analysis, define KPIs, or create a value measurement plan to ensure that the solution provides the desired return on investment. The last core concept in the BACCM model, context, how it's applied. Every business problem exists within a larger context, which includes the environment, organizational structure, culture, and external factors like market conditions or regulations. A business analyst must take these factors into account when recommending solutions to ensure they fit within the broader organizational or market context. Here's an example. You might conduct a SWOT analysis, SWOT. S stands for strength, W weakness, O opportunities, T threat. Also, analyze industry trends or ensure the solution aligns with the company's strategic objectives and compliance requirements. Those are the 6 core concepts under BACCM model, and we've seen how it is applied in various contexts. Let's put it all together. Let's say you're working on a project at XYZ company, which happens to be the retail giant, to implement a new product recommendation system to personalize the shopping experience for customers. As a business analyst who knows the BACCM model and remembers all the 6 core concepts under that model, you would identify the need. Remember, need is the first core concept model. You identify the need for a more effective product recommendation system by analyzing current customer behavior and recognizing opportunities to increase cross-selling and upselling. Once you identify the need, you would move on to engaging stakeholders, including marketing, IT, and store managers, to gather requirements and understand their perspectives on improving customer engagement through personalized recommendations. Then you would move on to proposing a solution that provides personalized product suggestions to customers, both online and in store, while aligning with the retail giant's strategic goal of improving customer retention and boosting sales. So far, you have identified the need, you have engaged stakeholders, and you are proposing a solution. And then you would move on to measuring the value of the new system by tracking metrics such as increased average order value, customer engagement rates, and repeat purchases. And finally, you would manage the change by helping employees from sales associates to marketing teams understand how to leverage the new system and support customers in using the personalized recommendations. So we started with identifying the need, and then we moved on to engaging the stakeholders, and then proposing a solution and measuring the value and sustaining the change. Once a business analyst goes through one product development lifecycle, he will be able to identify which stage he is in, whether he is identifying the need, or he's engaging with the stakeholders, or is he proposing a solution, or is he measuring the value after proposing a solution, or how he's managing the change. Let's move on to the why part. So why is it important for business analysts to understand and apply business analysis core concepts, BACCM? The answer lies in how these concepts help ensure the success of business analysis efforts and how they drive value for organizations. Let's go through all the 6 core concept model, just like how we did in the how part. Now we are in the why. Why change matters. The reason: business environments are constantly evolving, and change is at the heart of every business initiative. Without a clear understanding of what the change involves and how to manage it, projects can quickly lose focus or fail to deliver their intended outcomes. And why is it important? By understanding and embracing change, business analysts ensure that projects remain aligned with organizational goals and that the transition from the current state to the future state is smooth and well managed. Now we are moving on to the second core concept, need. Why need is critical. Every successful project starts with a clearly defined need, whether it's a problem to be solved or an opportunity to be seized. Identifying the real need ensures that the effort is targeted and valuable. So why it's important? Misunderstanding or misrepresenting the need can lead to wasted resources and missed opportunities. Business analysts use the need to define the project's scope and ensure that the solution delivery addresses what truly matters to the stakeholders. You might have encountered a situation where you're running against the deadline and you're negotiating scope with the project sponsor or the business stakeholder. A business analyst is well equipped to understand the importance of every aspect of the scope and would be in a better position to negotiate this. A business analyst who understands the BACCM model will be in a much better position. Let's move on to solutions. Why solutions must be thoughtful. The solution represents the outcome of business analysis efforts. Without a clear, well-defined solution, projects can drift or deliver suboptimal results. Business analysts play a key role in ensuring that the solution not only addresses the need, but it's feasible, sustainable, and adaptable. Solutions must also provide value while aligning with a broader business strategy, and understanding this concept is crucial for ensuring long term success. Let's move on to the fourth core concept: why stakeholders cannot be overlooked. Stakeholders are the people who can make or break a project. They provide the input, direction, and buy in needed for a project's success. Ignoring key stakeholders or misunderstanding their needs and expectations can result in resistance or project failure. Why managing stakeholders is important. Understanding the stakeholder concept helps business analysts engage the right people at the right time, ensuring that all voices are heard and considered. This leads to better decision making, stronger support, and smoother project execution. There is a technique on how to manage stakeholders, how to prepare a stakeholders list, how to have a map that can visually represent stakeholders. Let's move on to the fifth core concept: why value drives every decision. The ultimate goal of any project is to deliver value, whether the value is financial or non financial. It's what justifies the investment in the project to begin with. Why it's important? Business analysts are responsible for ensuring that the value of a project is clearly defined and measured. Without a focus on value, projects risk delivering results that don't justify the resource spent, leading to dissatisfied stakeholders and wasted efforts. And finally, context, the sixth core concept in BACCM. Why context is essential. Every change or a need or a solution exists within a larger context. Whether it's the organization's strategic direction or industry trends or market conditions, failing to consider context can lead to solutions that don't fit the bigger picture. And here's why it's important. By considering the context, business analysts ensure what solutions are not only aligned with immediate needs, but also with long-term business objectives, regulatory environments, and external conditions. This makes the solution more sustainable and adaptable over time. The BACCM that we have discussed so far, we have seen how to use it on a daily basis. We have seen why it is important. We have also taken a retail giant's example of a recommender system where all the six core concepts can be experienced. The BACCM isn't just a set of concepts to memorize. It's a framework that guides your thinking as a business analyst. Once your thought process is in line with BACCM, you would drive successful change by identifying the right needs and solutions. Engage stakeholders effectively to ensure everyone is aligned. Deliver value consistently by considering the broader business context. Without a solid grasp of these concepts, business analysts might miss critical elements that lead to project success. That's why the BACCM is not just a theory, it's a framework ensuring that every business analysis effort is strategic, aligned, and valuable. Now we have come to the end of today's episode. Let's recap. We discussed what is BACCM and how it can be applied in your day-to-day business analysis profession and why it is important. Thank you very much for listening. I hope I added value to the time you spent. In the upcoming episode, we shall try and address key terms, requirements classification schema, stakeholders, requirements, and design, the remaining 4 elements. Talk to you soon.